So maybe that's what they think the adjustment needs to be. Perhaps like what you talked about yesterday, compensating for Weeha's arguably biggest weakness, which is his laning stage. I don't know if I would fully agree with that, but it definitely seems like he's probably not as good a laner as Miracle is. I think that's probably fair to say.
Have fun.
Oh, looks like
other things
KUROKY actually gets first blood in the first before the Ursa goes down. And Hesta Joe's actually going to be chasing KUROKY here. Only 60 HP. Can KUROKY juke? It's going to be a couple right clicks, and Hesta Joe will finally get that last hit. Weeha, in the meantime, jumping up ahead a little bit. Just a couple more right clicks to go. The kinetic field will be enough to save good old Hesta.
If you're playing Ursa and you're losing your lane to Legion like this, that is not a good look. It obviously depends on the supports as well, right? Like the Venge 5 is not the strongest support partner you can have in the beginning in this lane. 5 is not the strongest support partner you can have in the beginning in this lane. And they are facing a pretty strong lane, but similar to what we talked about with yesterday.
I can remember. Yep, the Excalibur just died. This is going to be close, but Miracle with that DD rune doing complete work in this mid lane. 27-10 to 16-2. Not even remotely close.
Yeah, I don't think this lane is this Tinker favored, but Miracle has probably just outplayed Excalibur here. Even getting the...
Oh, Weeha.
The kill as well.
Down to the Thunderstrike. My goodness. Of course, Thunderstrike was changed recently to provide a attack speed slow and a move speed slow, I believe, but it's only lasted 1.1 seconds, I want to say.
It's like a micro
actually,
purge.
It's noticeable, though. Like, when I first read it, I'm like, eh. But then when you see it, like, actually, that's considering it procs so many times, especially with, I believe he has a talent as well to get extra procs for it. Yeah, about 20. Although, how can you pass up 180 gold per minute? I don't know.
You take GPM every time so you can get your axe.
Yeah. Excalibur bottles a regen rune. He is one level behind Miracle at the moment. And GH is actually in the enemy jungle. Can't get the neutral items yet. That starts occurring at 7 minutes. Weeha and KUROKY looking to get aggressive on Hesta Joe, but mid lane looks to be the real action-packed area right now. As Miracle, with help from GH, looks like they're going to be able to get to Excalibur. No, it's going to be really close. But Miracle goes down first. Zeus actually lives, and the glimpse back, GH will fall as well. This required Zitrax on the terror action in the bot lane. Thunderstrike onto Weeha. Glimpse is not available for another 5 seconds. Actually has 2 levels in that right now. But Hesta Joe doing quite well in this lane. Might even chase Weeha. So at half HP at the moment. There's going to be TP support in the form of GH. Weeha's going to turn the aggression now. Stampede is popped, and the kinetic field is beautifully placed. Weeha taking additional damage from the Thunderstrike, attempting to get out with that Earth Shock. Smoke was popped for whatever reason, but they're going to find the Weeha kill first. KUROKY gets dueled. Do they have enough to actually kill him for the damage? Doesn't look to be the case, but I do believe that he will fall one way or the other. Although there is some TP coming in from our Centaur boy. Just KUROKY. Just nuke him. Yeah, Overwhelm is available, saving that for the creeps here. Mind Control gets a double hoof stomp, but the Inkswell does delay the damage coming out. And finally, Team Nigma will find at least 1 kill on the deny on the Pyrrhus. Another nice quality of life change, I feel. It felt really bad as the enemy team getting your tower denied. Good lord.
Yeah.
Top
lane, GH is definitely dead. The question is how much he can do.
How much dead is he? That's the real question.
Oh, meta for that.
They're gonna pop meta.
Guess he wants to hit the tower.
Trusty shovel picked up by Miracle, it looks like. As Mind Control will pick it up. I hear a duel. It's gonna be on Ursa, and Weeha dies again. Maybe he got Glimpse. No, Glimpse is off cooldown. I'm not sure what he's doing on the other side of the river, but there's quite a few deaths for our boy Weeha. KUROKY in the meantime, press the attack, taking off the magic missile. And that is going to be yet. They have a lot of
they're going to smoke here. Zitrax.
Triple smoke. Zitrax doesn't have meta. Does have Sunder, though. You can see the ult come out from the Grimstroke, and they're just going to turn this around completely as Weeha, I believe. I want to say that's his 5th death. We'll check here in a second. KUROKY's going to get glimpsed back into Death's arms. Question is, who's going to get the last hit? It's going to be Grimstroke this time.
With Earthshock, maybe that's what he's going for. But again, the hero is snowbally, and if you lose your lane, you're not
Weeha. Oh, he's running away this time. Glimpse brings him back into the kinetic field and static storm. Nice swap though from KUROKY. He's gonna be the first to fall. Nice sacrifice for him. Excalibur might be next on the list though. It's a 1-for-1.
Oh, he lost the duel to Ursa.
And the damage goes to Ursa. Much needed for Weehaw as the chase is now on. Stampede has already been expended. Weehaw able to get through the kinetic field. Urshok into that Grimstroke, and just like that, Weehaw gets a triple kill. You talking shit, Cinderin? About that build? Huh? Triple kill.
Was that the build doing it though?
The fact that it is 7-15 and you are leading with that deficit. Pretty nice.
That's always easy for us to say, but do they feel it in the game?
Right.
I think that's kind of an overlooked aspect a lot of the time where casters will be like, why aren't they just pushing?
It is enough.
That's a good kill.
With the laser, that is a huge kill.
When you observe games, there's a lot of information that is not available to the players. Sometimes you'll be like, the way they move on the map doesn't make sense, but you always have to remember they only see their own fog. And when they make calls on whether to fight or not, they don't know if the enemy team has buybacks. They don't know the gold status. They don't know if the enemy team's close to items. All of it is just feel in the game. And sometimes you don't feel the right thing. So,
well, Weehaw was not feeling it early, but now he is. Has the basher ready to go, so we'll see how it.
I think it's honestly kind of hard to say. Terribly, it's always that kind of late game wild card who can just win seemingly every game under the right conditions. Oh, they found that GH. He's very dead.
They sure did, and this is at close to the 20-minute mark. Post. The top is controlled by Team Nigma, so it'll be a trade of sorts. 5v4 if they actually want to fight here. Zitrak still has his metamorphosis. Hookstop's going to start off into a double edge, into a magic missile. He's going to get close. Sunder keeps him healthy for a little bit longer, but he dies shortly after. Soulbind has been commenced, or has been used onto Weehaw and company, but they're relatively healthy. Of course, they lost the Rubik before that fight, so the only thing they've lost is their position 5 KUROKY.
There is so much damage coming out of the Radiant right now. He got his Sunder off and he still died to 3 heroes.
Yeah. Well, Sunder got him to half HP, to be fair.
He needs the mana regen to farm with Earthshock.
Mana?
He's not using the active. He just wants the passive components of it.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think it's actually helping.
The mana regen is actually, even at 2.5 is decent.
He has a talent
here
that
with
gets
such
3 as
little.
well.
Oh, wow.
Spam his spells with this. That's nice.
That was pretty dirty, actually. Well, and of course the Aegis going to Weehaw himself. Well, looks like we're gonna have a Stampede initiation. Kuro in a little bit of trouble. Swaps out. Zirax pops the BKB. Soulbind onto 2 into the double silence, actually. And it looks like this Disruptor ult was also used, but only on the Rubik as Weehaw attempting to get out of dodge. It's a 1-for-0 right now. Make that 2. Weehaw pops his BKB. I believe it's the 10-second one. Legion Commander gets a duel off. Will they be able to get the actual kill? It doesn't look like it's going to be the case, but it's a double kill regardless for Zitrax. A little bit delayed. Weehaw on the run. Pops his Essence Ring. I was completely wrong about this item. Mind control now.
Weird spot.
Sees the Disruptor. See if they can actually find this kill or not. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. But Mind control might be in some trouble though. Excalibur is here. And yeah, this will be an easy cleanup before Singularity. So a 4-1.
Alright, he's good. He has haste turn. Alright. Well,
that was
you were right. Target spells. Any auto-targeted ability. Oh, sorry. Any unit-targeted ability that either bound hero receives also gets cast on the other hero. Is that a unit-targeted? I mean, it's ground cast, right? Kind of. I don't know. It's kind of a.
I mean, the question is Zeus, is the Nimbus literally the same as Lightning Bolt? Is it exactly the same? Because if it is, then yes, it would have proc twice. But for some reason, I doubt that's how it works. But who knows? Nimbus is pretty fucking OP. So, I mean, it's probably the best thing that's ever been added to Zeus in his history in Dota. Would you disagree with that, Cinderin? Don't you dare disagree.
If you go back to Dota 1 history, I think Static Field was a really big upgrade. That's like
I only remember him with
15 years ago, maybe. That was a pretty big buff. Back in my day.
I'd say.
Yeah.
If even that.
I think I started
Joe getting chased by Weehaw. He's going in real deep here. He has Aegis. He's taunting now. Playing the Tamro. Gonna get a glimpse. He does have BKB. He might just expend the Aegis right here, right now. Pops his ult now, though. And it's going to potentially cost KUROKY his life. He's stuck inside the kinetic field. Singularity is really hesitant. Like, what is going on? What kind of a fight is this? And there's the Aegis that we have wanted to get.
For lack of a better word, this feels so forced. Like, that is insanely forced.
That's so weird. Oh, Stampede initiation. Disruptor gets Yules. Mind control. Has the hook
Glimmer. Immediate purge on the dust as well.
Disruptor's taking basically no damage. As KUROKY is getting melted from Zitrex. So Zitrex is going to change his targets completely. As the Zeus is the first to fall in this engagement, Weehaw pops that ult again with the BKB. They're able to find the Disruptor finally. So it's a 2-0 to start this fight. Zitrex still has a meta. Pops the BKB. Needs to get this Sunder off pretty soon here. Will get it off onto Weehaw, who's now on the retreat. They're going to find mind control, and that is a dual damage for Hesta Joe.
A damage.
And with that, that is a damage point.
He has won 46 duels. Very impressive performance.
Yes, he had. Oh my god. Still about 1100 away from finishing that Nimbus. Looks like Scotty has now been picked up. God's going to jump on top of Hesta Joe.
Say the ones close to the river are just, those ward spots are really powerful. They have a Zeus. Like, okay, stolen Sunder.
Guy to creeps real quick. Please tank that tower, GH.
Which one dire again?
And he has the blink tag. This is like an instant type deal. That is crazy. What a terrible skill to give away if used correctly. Well, the tier 2 tower looks to be dead in favor of Team Nigma. Mind Control has the Crimson Guard now. He's probably had that for quite a while. Miracle with the level 5 Den and is now going for, looks like to be a Bloodstone. And Weehaw, newly picked up Abyssal Blade. They are just swimming in gold right now.
What a redemption story for Weehaw. He was 0-6-1, now he's 6-6-4, and same net worth as Terrorblade all of a sudden. And it's just total
10 minutes of the game for him.
I think his dog.
Didn't want to go that far. Jesus Christ. Oh, Centaur initiated on. Swap is here. Hesta Joe has the duel available. Stampede is available as well. That's a double duel. Is he going to get it? He will. And he will get shredded shortly after. Actually, is living for now. Gets force-staffed out. Weehaw getting slowed thanks to the Scotty on Zitrex. It's a 2-for-1, but the buyback on Grimstroke. And now Rubik, as Hesta Joe and company, completely decimating. Very nicely done. Miracle being the nuisance that he is. Oh, the silence not quite there in time. But a really good fight for Singularity.
Yeah, they didn't have the spells ready on Disruptor. If he has Glimpse there, they get the Tinker as well. Or if he has Yule, that he can also blind the Legion Commander in duel. So he can like bounce from Legion to Terrorblade Illusions, which is really nice. The upside to the Hex is that he sets up his Ursa for success, right? He can catch any of the dire heroes and Weehaw can kind of pounce on that and they can just get easy kills. So I think both are good and I don't really mind. My bigger question is if the Bloodstone is now a Tinker item that you get. Alright, Kuro's gonna sacrifice himself here to get the Roche. I think that's completely fine. Giving information, distracting the enemy.
Oh, Weehaw. 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 Okay.
You never know, man.
Sometimes I just specifically.
Good question. Let's ask JK Rowling. Oh, Tinker's in trouble. Tinker's fucking dead.
And the duel to boot. But Weehaw comes in and cleans up the Disruptor. And he gets the Abyssal Blade onto the Legion Commander. Was it worth the Singularity? Maybe. I don't know, actually.
It's pretty even.
Tinker's dead.
They won a duel. They killed the richest hero. And they lost another core and it's a blind.
To damage on this Legion Commander.
Zeus has
Weehaw, his Aegis just... What's that?
BKB on Zeus,
has
Shannon.
BKB, okay.
Zeus has BKB, Shannon.
Sounds good. Zeus is going to pop the ults. And Tinker dies immediately. Holy
the storm.
crap, that was fast.
Oh, that's a
BKB popped by Team Nigma. Nice hoof stomp onto one. Tinker's going to buy back in the game now. This could be a pretty big turnaround. Zitrex popped the BKB. Mind Control getting kited up. Already used Stampede. KUROKY coming in, gets the swap. Mind Control looks to be dead to that last right click, but Weehaw jumps in, trying to take out Zitrex, and they will do so with the Dagon from Miracle. And now the duel coming in, and that is a Hesta Joe death. So Miracle, extra damage for you. Very useful on a Tinker, of course.
30, I think, yeah.
Speaking of talents, Miracle Level 25 heat-seeking missile mini stun has got to be a top 5 most annoying talents in the game. I should definitely make a list for this. As a tier 3 tower is now taking damage, GH is very deep in the base right now. My goodness. Miracle creating as much space as possible. Weeha does not have Aegis.
Nigma needs to be
Taking
careful
this
not to
tower
overstay
pretty much
here.
uncontested.
They're getting the tower and then they're getting the hell out of here. There's no way they stick around.
So now they can technically kill the shrines if they so choose so. Oh. Looks like they're going to get a glimpse on KUROKY, their usual target. He's pretty tanky, though. They're a little bit hesitant here. Estajo wants to jump in. Inkswell, nice double ult here from Grimstroke. Possibly will have to be a buyback on the Grimstroke, in fact. Vengeful Spirit dies as well, so technically a 1-for-1 buyback onto the Legion Commander who died. Mind Control, BKB is now over.
And that's a different fight if Terrorblade has meta. I think Singularity just call it what it is. Capability Nigma have with Force Staff, Stampede, Pipe. Ursa obviously has his ulti in BKB. And the Centaur is a really bad target, but okay, we're gonna see.
Alright, Glimpse, Centaur. He's gonna be taking the brunt of the damage. Another Grimstroke, ult, Soulbind onto 2. Oh, we could have... I wasn't paying attention if the Thunderstrike actually hit twice there. Zitrax not able to actually find any target here. Looks like Soulbind was stolen by the Rubik. Damage Room Spell Prism is now on Zeus. That could be a big one.
Mind Control, force it in.
Mind Control. Oh, there's the Abyssal Blade. And a stolen Soulbind used again. And 2 easy kills as Team Nigma crushing this fight. A buyback onto the Disruptor. But not even a remotely close fight here.
Singularity or not, that gets punished. If you get caught out like that, you can't win this fight. It's a 5-on-3. This late in the game, no way. So just a positioning error that is extremely costly here. Zeus will have to buy back as well. Starting to do some damage here.
Disruptor ult on the backside on the Tinker, but there comes Ursa crushing.
Tinker 1 HP. Oh my god, he's
and
not dying.
It's a 2 for nothing, make it 3 for nothing, as Zitrax finally does get a kill, but at what cost? Miracle able to go back to the base. We'll be back shortly, no doubt, as Team Nigma still has the numbers.
It's probably a bit too overwhelming, and this should more than likely spell the end of the game. Unless Weeha,
unless Weeha does Weeha thing.
Crazy shit, but it was good.
Terrorblade, but that'll be more than enough to take him out.
That's a good one.
The buyback is here for the Arcana Terrorblade, but he doesn't have meta, so yeah, not the greatest. Oh, my FPS. Holy jeez. March of the Machines just destroys me, apparently.
Looks like the aggression from Weeha in this game has gone from very reckless to way more controlled. I mean, this play, it looks crazy, but just the numbers advantage makes it almost... It can't really fail, right? He can jump in, he just uses his ulti whenever he feels threatened, and they get the job done that way.
Why did he just ult? I'm so confused.
I think he thought that was the real Terrorblade, because the illusion you make with the Illusionist cape does not show as a regular Terrorblade, I believe.
You know, that hero I have the biggest problem playing against. I can never tell what's real and what's not. Just like life. Looks like Nimbus is placed down. Soulbind onto 2 is double silence, but here comes Miracle, and he does a shit ton of damage. Zeus getting off the
ult. Takes some.
Yeah, he sure does.
I think Singularity are staying in the game here.
So maybe a mistake to try to go for Throne. They don't really have the greatest building hitters. Centaur actually is probably their best, along with Ursa.
Yeah, when he has stacks, he's good. But no stacks now. Losing one lane of Rax is not the end of the world, but they have to be playing as a unit now. You can't split up like they've done anymore. I get Kuro. That's 2 minutes. Yeah, that could be
specifically, but I would be way too tempted to get the old Ags essentially.
Yeah,
GH. Hestajo and force out his blade now. Mind Control. Oh boy. Oh, Grimstroke completely decimated.
Out of position.
And with that, the Roshan is now going to go to Team Nigma in all likelihood. Ursa can just clean this bad boy up.
I don't think they're going to let them have it. They have to fight here. Nimbus will be killed off.
Was swiftly taken care of.
Illusion.
Stampede is available in 5 seconds as well. Weeha
That's an X storm. It's an X storm.
Pretty good. And Zidrax able to pocket BKB along with his metamorphosis. And the Aegis will go to mind control along with the Roshan kill themselves. As Zidrax now on the run. So a disaster of sorts as GH duels Hesta Joe and wins. Oh man, that feels bad.
Class. He needs to buy refresher. Yep. Sell something. No, terribly. He has to get it.
Oh, okay.
But he needs the courier. You can't buy refresher and base anymore. You need to buy the...
That's rough. Yeah.
Components.
This looks to be the end of game one, most likely. Zitrax is going to be dying right at the steps of this fountain. And the throne shall get destroyed. So Team Nigma able to take game one. I would not say this was convincing. A lot of back and forth this game. They had a lot of trouble in certain segments of the game, but they were able to pull it out in the end. Rough start, though, especially for Weehaw.